All right, what up? What's going on? Welcome to Talk Football with me. Let's talk football. uh, listen. I call the Seahawks to win it all. I'm gonna keep saying this till I'm blue in the face. Until y'all tell me I quit saying it. We hear you. I'm gonna keep saying it until y'all tell me to quit saying it. I'm the Seahawks fans. Yo, Seahawks fans been showing love. Dog. Hey, shout out to everybody out there, Seahawks fans. Dang, I'm like, y'all gonna win the Super Bowl. So Seahawks fans, all in my comment section, all of my subscriber list, like listen, Seahawks fans, I mean it's Vikings fans, and then it's like Seahawks and everybody else. Cause I'm just if I thought the Rams was gonna win the Super Bowl, if I'll tell it. I think the Seahawks have the team that's gonna win the Super Bowl. I'm all right, whatever. Anyway, I think it's gonna be the Super Bowl for the NFC, but the AFC been confusing me. I picked the Steelers. Boy, was I wrong. Aaron, Mr. Rogers got sent home early. Mr. Rogers' neighborhood was open early because he had to go home. But I was just looking at the way that Steelers was like everybody was talking about. Everybody who know a little football was like Steelers. That defense, and then they got Aaron, veteran Super Bowl winning quarterback, one of the best to ever do it. Like, oh yeah, they're. So I was just looking at my football 101 brain, but boy, did these young boys now this AFC is confusing me because the way the Texans did Aaron Rodgers, I'm like, I couldn't call it because they were all playing at a high level. The all of these teams, all three teams with these second year quarterbacks, they're all the exact same team to me. The Texans, the Patriots, the Broncos. They're the exact team. They're the exact same team. Two second year, a second year quarterback on a great offense and a crazy defense. All three teams have ridiculous defenses. The Patriots, the Texans, the Broncos. One two defensive coaches and one offensive. Like who was the defensive coordinator in Denver then? But anyway, whatever. I think like it's hard to even call it. You could say the Texans. I know the Texans are out of it, but you can say the Texans are the best of the group. Did you see that Texans and Patriots game? It was fumble galore. Anybody could have won. Each team had a gang of turnovers. It just went in the end. The Patriots, booting them, making one-handed catches, and them Stephon Diggs showing that I could catch this ball and hold onto it in the snow without fumbling. But like each team was just Drake May had like three fumbles. They had like four fumbles. The I'm bad with names and I'm great with faces, so pardon me. The Texans quarterback, what's his name? CJ Stroud. Stroud had like three picks. It was just like each team, it was a bunch of fumbles and a bunch of interceptions. All the game could have went either way. And then this Broncos team, how did they beat the Bills? How did they beat the Bills? How? With all the mistakes, with all the fumbles from James Cook to with all the strip balls and the drop balls and the fumble from Josh and James Cook and them. How did that game even end up going into overtime? And then the Bills are driving to go win the game, throws the ball, and like the cornerback ends up with it. Like how did the Bills not win that game? How? You can argue the Texans is better than the Pats. It was just a back and forth game. What if if it was the Texans and the Pats playing in this game? I might go with the Texans. But with Daniil Hunter and them boys, that defense, that D'Amico Ryan's defense, Denver, Denver, that defense, New England, that defense. All right, let me stop. You get what I'm going. You get where I'm going. Three evenly matched teams. Now, this is when the football nerd stuff come in, okay? Because you got to explore matchups. and how are their receivers against their cornerbacks, and how are their running back, and they got to look at the numbers, how he's been performing against these defenses, how the lines, how this offensive line is against the rush, how are they against the blitz, how is this defensive front against how many sacks have they had against plus 500 off, like it gets crazy. It gets crazy with the numbers, but let's bypass all the numbers and all of this craziness. I'm telling you, all of those teams are seriously close. When you talk about all the numbers and all of everything, they're seriously close. And then they happen to have second year quarterbacks. This game right here, instead of Denver playing, my point is I would rather the Texans play. Denver quarterback is injured, even without the injury, right? Now I know it was set up to where the Texans and the Pats play each other. So only one team could have come out of that game. But I'm saying if it was up to me, I would want the same game that you just saw. It's just that it wouldn't have been the same game. It wouldn't have been the same game. It was just snowy and the bad weather. That that Patriots and Texans game is far more entertaining than what we saw. That's why I hate these snowy games and bad weathers. You can't see the players really exhibit their talent. You can see crisp route running. You can see great catches. You can't see jukes and moves. The ground is slippery and it's wet. You can't see real football in bad weather. You just can't. I hate bad weather games. I just do. And that's what we saw last game. So that was my point. The Texans, either team could have won. I would have rather see that game played again in a good weather than this game right here. The Denver Broncos don't have their quarterback. Oh my God, it took me a whole year to make that point. Why would I want to see this game? They're about to get smoked. They're about to lose. Bad, bad. And out of those three, I think they're the worst. I think you saw the game against the Bills. Out of these three teams, they have the offensive mind coach, right? Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Now, I know it's a second year quarterback and all of that, but to be a second year quarterback and to perform like how CJ and what's his name? The other kid, Drake, how CJ and Drake has performed with defensive minded head coaches, that's impressive. Would Bo have done the same with a defensive minded coach? Sean Payton is all offense. That's my point. That's my point. I want to see these young quarterbacks who are thriving in a defensive system, on a team with a defensive minded coach. That game we saw last week was not the game and it was still entertaining, still good defenses. The Broncos are about to get smoked. Like it's not even they're about to get dog walk, and it's a great team too. Like I said, they're all evenly matched. The Broncos got a great team. Courtney Sutton and them boys, and that defense, but they don't have their quarterback. They have Bo Nix. Okay, now you can argue the same thing. Like, how is that defense such a good defense with an offensive head coach? And that'll be a fair argument. That'll be a fair argument. Same thing, but just doesn't like if that defense start to break down, it's gonna be hard to get back together because he's an offensive mind. If your defensive coordinator or anything going wrong in defense, it's tight on y'all. The defensive minded head coaches can get it together. It's not the same on offense. It's just not the same. We got to re-scheme, come up with the right plays, and well, defense is harder than offense. Put it like that. Anyway, let me stop yapping, man. I just wanted to see a competitive game. This game is not going to be competitive. They have a second string quarterback. This dude hasn't thrown a pass all season. This dude hasn't thrown a pass all season. We expect him to come in here and do what? And win a game? A conference championship game against one of the best defenses in the league? Y'all are like 15-1 in the last 16. They're like Same thing. They've only lost one game over the last like 16 games. I'm like the teams are identical. The same thing. All right, I'm gonna stop you. Yeah, I'm not even gonna talk a lot, man, because I just wanted to get this out there. I don't even feel like reviewing this tape. This should be the end of the video. Denver won't win. It won't be close. They lost their quarterback, their franchise quarterback. Like you can't do that. It's in this time with the conference championship on the line, with a close game like this. No, I can see if you lose, bro. You can't even afford to lose your wide receiver three. You can't even afford to lose one starter. One. You lose your quarterback, the most important position in the field. All right, I gotta do the video. Let's do the video. But this is over. This game is gonna be over. This is gonna be like the Seahawks versus the Niners. This is gonna be like the Seahawks and the Niners game. It's gonna be over from the get go. Oh my god. Let's get into it, man. This is good. This is sad. It's not even happened yet. I feel bad for Denver already. Like, ugh.
Just like old times, Broncos Pats for a chance to go to the big dance. One team has won 14 of their last 15, the other 15 of their last 16. The other, in this case, the New England Patriots.
Same team.
We said all along, you gotta be willing to spill some blood. Okay?
Love
and
Vrabel.
the big dogs come out in January.
Who are in Denver for another AFC Conference
Big dogs
Championship
come out in
bout.
January.
Broncos now hoping to conjure up Professor Gandalf vibes. You know,
This
Harry
dude.
Potter, he proved you can still go forth with a different wizard guy and still come out the winner.
Here it is on the way, and the Denver Broncos have won it in overtime.
Gandalf, Professor, whatever his name was, you get it. Hey, look, last time Denver hosted New England in the Conference Championship, they had questions at quarterback, and it did not matter. They had Orange Crush 2.0. So sure, they're relying on a backup quarterback this week. Later on, we have 5 reasons Broncos fans can believe they can win with Jarrett Stidham. Spoiler alert, one of the reasons, defense wins championships, and Orange Crush 3.0 is that kind of D.
Here they come, and they fumble.
So they're hoping on the whole defense wins championship. Like hair with this dude. Man, good luck, man.
Oh, again, they got to him from behind with Benito. And the recovery belongs to Denver.
5 takeaways, 1 game, recovered 3 fumbles, 1 from James Cook, 2 from Josh Allen. They also picked off Allen twice, safety PJ Locke with 1, cornerback Jaquan McMillan, of course, the other one.
And they go deep down the field, and the pass is caught. No, it's...
Do you not understand this would have ended the game with a field goal? Like, how did he end up with this ball? Great play, though. Great play, don't get me wrong. But like number 18 cost, and Buffalo had a billion mistakes in this game. How did this even? Let me shut up. I've talked enough.
McMillan has the football. How about that?
Brandon
Jaquan
Cooks.
McMillan ends up in a wrestling match with the football.
They take on Drake May, who comes off a game that saw him fumble 4 times, lost 2 of them, threw a pick as well.
The ball came out. The Texans are saying they have it.
Pat's offense has
The Texans could have won this game if Drake would have lost 3 fumbles. He got 2 back, but he lost 2. If he would have lost 3, it was close. So you get my point.
struggled to score in their 2 playoff games. Weather and good defense as factors. May only threw for 179 yards last week, just 21 points, and their own defense gave them short fields all game long, only 3 for 15 on 3rd down, and only made 1 trip to the red zone.
And this on 3rd and 7 is incomplete, and again, the Texans get a stop.
So we have the 2nd-ranked scoring offense coming off a 21-point outing, only 16 in the wild card, taking on the 3rd-best scoring defense that just allowed 30 points. Let Buffalo go 10 for 15 on.
Hey, that's what I'm saying. Gotta give Denver their credit though. Look at this. 18.3 points per game. They are 3rd. Yards per game, 2nd. 3rd down defense, 2nd. Red zone defense, 1st. You got to give them their credit, but hey, they were playing Josh Allen, and Josh, hey, they caused a few turnovers, but Josh came back. Josh Allen did Josh Allen things, and he came back in the game. And that last pick, I don't know what Brendan Cooks was. I don't know what was that. I don't know what was that. Like at the least, that ball is an incomplete pass. But McMillan comes up with the interception, and props to props to Bowl. They drew up some plays and they came down and they won the game. But like I don't know how the Bills lost this game, man. But hey, props to Denver. I just don't think they're conference championship good. I think they're a wild card good, maybe even divisional round good, but I don't think they're this good. I don't think they're better than that Bills team. I don't think they're better than that Texans team. There are a few teams in the AFC they're not. I know they're not better than this year, these playoffs. But things happen.
Third down, 3 for 5 in the red zone.
Thrown into the end zone, and it is hauled in. Kincaid.
May facing a Denver secondary that gave up 283 passing yards to Allen, 3 touchdowns. Cornerback Riley Moss pinned with one of the TDs. Outside linebacker Jonah Ellis gave up 41 yards and a score. Perfectly bad 158.3 rating. Linebacker Alex Singleton, 4 catches allowed, 42 yards.
That was pretty.
Safety Talanoa Hufanga was tagged with a touchdown, 56 yards, a 150-plus rate. The team gave up over 100 yards combined to tight ends Dawson Knox and Dalton Kincaid.
Kincaid's first catch, and he adds some rack yardage to it.
Denver didn't play tight ends great in 2025. May leaned on Hunter Henry plenty, but not last week. Just 1 catch, 5 yards. The few yards May threw 4, mostly to wideouts. He threw for 3 touchdowns and a 100-plus rate.
May, end zone, the catch, the touchdown, Diggs. This is a great catch.
It would be a shock if May isn't hanging with Cheech and Chong in this one. He's had his face in the grass a lot lately, and Denver's pass rush, the most bag-happy in the league. Most sacks in 2025. Defensive tackle Malcolm Roach in the pot last week, 1.5 sacks, 3 quarterback hits. Zach Allen, a half a sack, 3 QB hits. Nick Bonito, their 2025 sack leader, with 1 as well.
Nick Bonito strip sacks Allen, and Roach, who's had several big plays, has a recovery.
Bonito lines up across left tackles. So does Dondrea Tillman, who gives him breaks, squabbling up with rookie left tackle Will Campbell, who has not fared great versus elite pass rushers in 2025. Really had trouble with Will Anderson and Danielle Hunter. Campbell gave up 2 sacks. Right tackle Morgan Moses gave up 2 sacks as well.
Only Campbell one-on-one, and that's a matchup there's not many left tackles in football are going to be able to hold up.
Now, the last 6 games, May took 4+ sacks. New England won them all, and in 5 of those 6, May had a 100+ rate. The Broncos are blitz happy, but buyer beware. May versus 5+ pass rushers in 2025, 15 touchdowns, no picks, a 129 rate.
But this is the Broncos. The Broncos pass rushers. I'm telling you, bro, these teams are so evenly matched. It's so weird. It's so weird. The Broncos, the Pats, and the Texans have great pass rushers. Great. I'm going to shut up. Watch.
Over 9 yards per attempt.
They're going to throw. And complete. Douglas, touch.
29 rate, over 9 yards per attempt.
They're going to throw. And complete. Douglas, touchdown, Patriots!
The pass-catching cast got Demario Douglas, nothing major this year, only 36 yards versus the Bills, but he scored.
Drake May finds Demario Douglas. Douglas finds the end zone.
Stephon Diggs, 40 yards and a score.
Just strong hands by Stephon Diggs. That's a big-time catch.
Drake is known for making booty calls, right? Man, that one he made last week is worth making a song about. Kayshawn's one-hander with snowflakes falling around him, a perfect 10.
And caught for the touchdown, Kayshawn Booty.
Nice catch, bro.
Wow.
Those wide guys up against a Broncos secondary that's stingy versus wide receivers, but they gave up 75 yards to Khalil Shakir last week. Their defense also tough to run on this season, but again, didn't look like it versus Buffalo. Gave up 117 yards to Cook on 4.9 a pop, 66 yards on 5.5 per attempt when Allen ran.
Look at him take off. There wasn't a big opening, but he found one.
May has some big run games on the resume. Nothing much last week, but was big in the wild card with his legs. Travion Henderson quiet last week as well. Their leading rusher this season, only 25 yards on 12 tries. Ramondre Stevenson, though, he's been looking good in the playoffs. 53 yards on 5.3 a carry in the wild card. 70 yards, 4.4 per attempt versus the Texans.
First down plus and a gain of 20.
Denver's offense, even less of a running joint. Bo Nix led the NFL in pass attempts in 2025. Hopefully the Broncos and their fans played Morissette a few times, got it out of their systems, and are ready to forge ahead. They got the black fly in their Chardonnay, got stuck in the traffic jam when they were already late. Their wedding day, yeah, it rained. They watched their boys pull off an epic OT playoff win, and mid-post celebration find out they lose Bo Nix. Yes, Alanis, it was a little too ironic, I really do think.
He's scheduled to have surgery Tuesday of this
Yeah, bro.
week, which will put him out for the rest of the season.
What are you going to do?
Stiddy's ready to go.
Okay, so 5 quick reasons Jarrett Stidham could work out just fine for Denver, despite not having a single pass attempt in 2024 or 2025. A, Phillip Rivers. If a grandpa who was retired for 5 years can throw for 277 yards and a couple of touchdowns versus a playoff team, then why not Stidham? B, Sam Darnold, who just finished a playoff game with 100.
They're gonna compare some rookie who has never played all year to veterans. You see how stupid? You know what? They got to say this stuff to try to make it exciting or give the fans some hope. This game is going to be a blowout, okay? A blowout, okay? Statham, who is Statham? He hasn't started a game. He's not a known player. He hasn't played all season. And then they're like, well, Sam Darnold wasn't doing good. He came back. And how about old man Rivers? Sam Darnold was a first-round draft pick that has started on other teams, full seasons. He's been franchise quarterbacks. He played for my Vikings all last season. Phillip Rivers had one of the best careers ever in the NFL. He decided to come back. We're going to compare Staten or whatever to former franchise quarterbacks. That's what we're doing.
24 passing yards and won 41-6. C, Peyton Manning in his final year. He was so bad he got benched, and yet they still won the Super Bowl.
A legend.
He's hit and sacked inside the 5. The ball is free.
Denver Manning.
Touchdown, Denver.
4, Trent Dilfer, Ravens anyone? Brad Johnson, Bucks? Jim McMahon, Bears? We've seen plenty of defense wins championships teams. And finally, F, the last time Stidham did play, 2023.
This is not even better than the... Whatever, man.
The last 2 games of the year, won 1 game with 224 yards and a TD, threw for 272 yards in the finale. He's still one of the few humans who can play quarterback at the NFL level.
Jerry Jeudy on the run, inside the 5, Jeudy scores!
And he isn't taking over for a first-team All-Pro quarterback. Nix wasn't playing A-grade ball down the stretch. By no means does that mean his game versus Buffalo wasn't great. It's his signature win. But he finished with a sub-90 rate, only completed 56% of his passes, got picked off, only 6 yards per attempt. He had sub-90 rate games, 9 of his last 10 outings.
Bills rush 4. Pass is intercepted. Oh, look at one of the linemen just jump up.
The big question with Denver this postseason was supposed to be, can the offense do enough? They averaged 23 points per game this year, went into the playoffs off 3 straight sub-21-point games, but then they laid down 33 versus Buffalo.
Planting, going, here you go, Tony, to the end zone. They got it. What a call.
Sure, the defense handed them the ball 5 times, and they only went 1 for 4 in the red zone. And now they have a guy who hasn't thrown a pass in 2 years, who is facing a defense 4th in scoring in 2025 that held its wild card opponent to 3 points, its divisional round opponent to 16.
He is in for the touchdown.
Stidham looking at a New England secondary that picked off C.J. Stroud 4 times, held him to 20 of 47 passing, 4.5 yards per attempt, a 28 rating.
That was a nice
Christian
pick.
Gonzalez saw super
4
fat,
picks.
16 targets, held it down to a 53 rate. Safety Craig Woodson, 3 passes defensed, 14 passes defensed by the team in one game. That's rare, man.
This one is off
Boy,
the
Woodson,
hands and picked off.
Carlton Davis
Hutchinson
and them.
couldn't make the catch, and Craig Woodson did.
Carlton Davis, 2 picks, 4 passes defensed, but left with a
Give me this.
concussion. Safety Jalen Hawkins, clean game. Marcus Jones, 62 yards allowed and a TD, but also had one of the INTs. New England's backside benefited from their front, too. Defensive tackle Chris Tonga, a sack and 2 quarterback hits. Outside linebacker Anthony Jennings, a sack. Outside linebacker Caleb Von Chasen has been on fire, a sack, 4 quarterback hits in the divisional round win.
Stroud is brought down by Chason.
Harold Landry, Christian Barrymore, Milton Williams all loom. Texans line, nowhere near as good as Denver's though. Tackles Garrett Bowles, Mike McGlinchey, guards Ben Powers, Quinn Miners, center Alex Forsyth dominated Buffalo's pass rush. Didn't allow a sack on 46 pass attempts. Nothing new, they gave up the fewest sacks in 2025.
They have a good O-line.
Bosa coming after him.
They got a great
He ran
O-line.
it out too far. Nick steps up and throws, and with the feet down, officials say yes.
Knicks got blitzed 20% of the time. That's pretty low. New England below average.
Hey, listen, they got a good O-line, but they had a great defense, right? They had a great run defense, and they have a great and the boy what's his name, James Cook ran all over them. A great pass defense and all of this. Josh threw all over them. Hey man, listen, man, all this stuff don't matter. This is the conference championship now, and you're playing another great team. Don't ever like.
Blitz rate this year. It's not really their thing.
And you don't have your starting quarterback. All this extra stuff about. I'm telling you, that defense is about to get cooked because the offense is not gonna. It's not gonna, perform up to par. And the defense got to be on the field a lot of times. There's gonna be a lot of 3 and outs. There's gonna be a lot of short drives. This game is about to be a disaster. Watch. All my football people know what I'm talking about.
Stidham doesn't have a robust rush attack to lean on either. Denver ran 22 times versus Buffalo, whose rush defense is super generous. Only picked up 70 yards, held them to 3.2.
Who is their running back
Go
again?
back up the middle, and Harvey restricted.
Harvey?
Knicks led the team with 29 yards on 2.4 a carry. Their primary back, R.J. Harvey, 20 yards, 3.3 per. Patriots have stuffed the last 2 backs they've faced. Inside linebacker Robert Spillane and Christian Ellis,
Oh my
helping
God.
hold Woody.
So they don't have a running game, and then they got a backup quarterback. So you're not about to have a running game or a pass game.
Marks to 1.2 a carry on 14 tries.
Here is Marks, and he's dragged down by Barmore.
Harvey has been a more consistent contributor in the passing attack, caught 5 passes for 46 yards versus the Bills.
Big time play by the rookie second rounder.
Denver's pass catching room is banged up too, not just Knicks. Their WR2 this season, Troy Franklin, left last week with a bum hammy. Their WR1, Cortland Sutton, saw a team high 9 targets, 4 catches, 53 yards.
Guns it down the middle. Look, wide open is Sutton. Coming to life on this drive.
Marvin Mims stepped up his game, led the team with 8 catches, 93 yards plus a score.
Going for the end zone, over the shoulder. Oh, Mims hauls it in.
Their X-Factor guys, Pat Bryant, 32 yards, left with a concussion. Little Jordan Humphrey, 33 yards and a paint job.
It's Humphrey
Doesn't matter.
hauling it in for the Broncos.
Doesn't matter. You don't have your quarterback. Did y'all watch the Vikings this year? Did y'all see Justin Jefferson? Did you see the year he had? That's why I'm just sitting here watching all these great receivers getting talked about. I should have just did the video without this right here, and just talk to y'all. But then again, I like doing it with this and commentating, and I add my little 2 cents. But this part doesn't matter. They don't have their quarterback. We got Justin Jefferson, but we don't have our quarterback. He's just what's the use of a wide receiver if you have a backup who hasn't had that connection with him? That backup, watch he's gonna throw a few picks, just eyeing Cortland Sutton, their favorite. It's gonna be not good. It's not gonna be good.
No touchdown.
Special teams, Will
No
Lutz,
bueno.
great 2025, perfect versus the Bills, 4 for 4 on field goal attempts, 3 for 3 on extra points. New England's Andres Borregales only had extra point tries last week, made all 4. New England 3-2 versus above 500 teams now, but check it out, haven't lost in 8 tries on the road this year. Denver 5-2 versus 500 plus teams. At home 9-1, only lost to Jacksonville. 5 New England-Denver playoff bouts, Orange up 4-1, the last one in 2016, the first one back in 1986.
Okay, man. Games like this won by great plays, by great individuals. We got a bunch of them on this team. Let's make sure we're going hard to get them, all right? Let's get after it.
I love the game. Hey, check my channel out. I'm telling you, I'm gonna be reviewing a lot of these games. I'm gonna go back in history and we're gonna settle the score. We're gonna talk about who's who. You know what I'm saying? Because I keep hearing all of these conversations about just like basketball. What era was the best? And I'm gonna get into the. I'm gonna go to the. Listen, I'm a nerd at this. We're gonna get to the bottom of this. Who was who? What team was what? Up to this day, like the '85 Bears and all of that, and Refrigerator Perry. And why did they call him? Was his name really worth it? Did he really earn? And Lawrence Taylor and the moving all of these people who had their name, the fearsome foursome, and all of this. I'm gonna educate y'all on players and the game and the eras. Yeah, I'm a nerd like that with this. All of this is coming this off season. I'm telling y'all right now we're focused on the playoffs. But it's coming. But yeah, like these, man, like you learn and you know what I'm saying?
Escalated into a battle of big plays.
This was the Elway Super Bowl era, huh? Yep.
Elway dropping.
Yep, that's
and running up in the pocket. He's got room. He's at the 20. He's at the 15. He's at the 10.
Elway could run.
He is in the end zone. John Elway. 22 yards. And the Broncos have regained the lead 9-7. Shotgun. 17-13 New England. And the Patriots jump offside. Elway's got a free down.
Oh, that's a free play.
He throws it long up the far side. Looking for Vance
Who's the receiver?
Johnson. Touchdown! Vance Johnson's circus catch gave Denver a 20-17 lead. The fog of doubt and uncertainty had lifted, and the drive to a dream was back on course and nearing its destination.
Hey, that was a nice catch. He like jumped. And like he jumped both, it was like he sat in the air, both like I'm sitting in the chair, like I'm sitting. He caught the ball like this and landed on his back. That was a nice catch. But you see the screen, man. You see the screen. They know like who picked Denver to win this game. K Patra, A Rank, CO Wolf. What are y'all like from Colorado or something? Are y'all from Colorado? Why would you pick Denver in this game? Knowing New England have their full squad. And Denver don't have their quarterback. I guess there's a chance because I guess their coach is a quarterback-friendly coach. That was Drew Brees' old coach. All right, he knows what he's doing when it comes to quarterback, and I'm pretty sure he's the biggest He's the biggest reason of Bo's success. He's a huge reason for Bo's success and his team's success. And you know what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. Just like in New Orleans, he was paired with a great defense. So he knows something about me running a offensive, focused team with a great defense. I don't know what it is. I'm just going to let the DC do his thing or give him the respect, brief me about the defense. I don't know. He got a style that works. Because he's an offensive genius. He's a quarterback-friendly coach. But he always got these teams with great defenses. Or like, is he a great defensive genius too? He's just more of an offensive genius? I don't know. But I can't even with the circumstances. I was gonna pick New England anyway. I think they have a better team. I think they have a better receiving core than Denver. Denver have a better receiving core than the Texans, right? That Denver defense, I think, is better than the Pats defense, but I think the Pats have a better overall team. I know the Pats have a defensive head coach, and it's weird because we can get into the numbers and all of this, and I don't want to get into all of that because there are some the Pats have an advantage over Denver. There are some Denver have an advantage over the Pats. But no Bo Nix. Oh, it's a wrap. That's how I feel about it, man. That's I already know that's what's gonna happen. That's my yeah. That's my thought. That's my intel. That's what the football guys are telling me. That's what common sense are telling me. That's what everything's telling me. So I'll catch you guys after the game, man. Skol, baby.